Hi everyone, this is Miss Saunier, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you about 4 different types of musical instruments. I brought these instruments with me today, so I'm going to show you them one at a time so you can see what they look like, what they sound like, and how I'm going to be playing them. So there are 4 different kinds of instruments, and we group them into instrument families. Okay, so the first family is called woodwind, the second is called brass, the third is called strings, and the fourth is called percussion. Alright, so I'm going to show you the instruments that I brought so you can see what they look like. Okay, as you can see, they're very different. So the first one I have is a clarinet, which is the black one. Then we have a trumpet, which is the gold one. A violin, which is the wooden one. And then we have a drum, a tambourine, a maraca, and a xylophone. So I'm going to play each one for you so you can see what it looks like, what it sounds like, and we can learn a little bit about it. Alright, so we're going to start with the clarinet. So this is my clarinet. I bought it a couple of years ago, and the clarinet belongs to the woodwind family. Alright, that's because it's made of wood, and I have to play wind in order to make the sound. If I don't blow any air through it, it's not going to make a sound. So I have to use my wind to blow through the clarinet, which is made of wood, why it belongs to the woodwind family. All right. Also on the top here of the clarinet, there is a tiny wooden piece called a reed. And this reed is important because I'm going to blow my air through that tiny little hole, and when I blow wind through it, the reed is going to shake and vibrate, and that's going to send that vibration all the way down to the clarinet to make our beautiful clarinet sound. So I'm going to demonstrate what it sounds like for you. I'm going to play it. Not bad, right? I can play a little song for you. Let's see. All right, I got a little tiny squeak in there. That's okay. Squidward makes squeaks when he plays the clarinet, right? So here is our first woodwind instrument. Now the flute is also a woodwind instrument. I do not have a flute with me today to show you, but the flute, I have to blow my air across to make that flute sound. That's why it belongs in the woodwind family. Okay, so here's the next one. We have the trumpet. Ooh, it looks like it's made of gold, but it's not made of gold. It's actually made of a metal called brass, which is why this belongs to the brass family. If the trumpet was really made out of gold, this would cost $1 million, but it's not really gold. It just looks yellow or like a golden color. So this metal is called brass, and all of the other instruments in the brass family look like the same kind of color. They're made out of the same material. On the top, there is a little cup shape for your mouth to go on, and that's how I'm going to blow air and make a sound on the trumpet. Now, I have to do something very special with my lips to play a brass instrument, okay? Because this is shaped like a little circle, I have to make my lips go like this. It's called buzzing. I have to buzz my lips. So it's a very silly sound that it makes. And if I buzz my lips into the mouthpiece, we're going to hear a trumpet sound. Are you ready to hear it? I can play a song for you. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. So this is a brass instrument made of metal. As you can see, the trumpet only has 3 buttons, whereas the clarinet has about 20 buttons, right? So they're very different. They are made out of different materials, wood and metal. This one has a wooden reed on top, and this one I have to buzz my lips on top to make the sound. So here's my woodwind instrument and my brass instrument. Now the next one I'm going to show you is a string instrument. So let me get my violin. All right, so here's the violin. This is the string instrument I'm going to demonstrate for you today. And the violin also has a bow. All right. Now you can play the violin two ways. You can use the bow across the strings to make the strings vibrate. That's how it's going to play a sound. Or I can pluck the strings with my fingers to make them vibrate. So I'm going to use the bow first so you can see. I'm going to press my fingers down on these tapes so that I know how to play the right spot. I could also pluck, so I could put the bow down, pluck my fingers. Right, I could play a song for you. Alright, so there we have Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I could play the same song with the bow. I'm going to move my arm side to side and make sure this part of the bow scrapes against those strings to make them vibrate. And I'm pressing my fingers down here on those tapes to get the right musical notes. Alright, so this is a string instrument. Any instrument that has strings on it belongs to the string family. So a cello, a guitar, ukulele, those are all different types of string instruments. Right? So there's the violin. Now there's one more group, and that is the percussion family. And I have a bunch of instruments to show you in the percussion family. So we have a tambourine, a maraca, a big, big, big drum here, and one more, the xylophone. All right, now some of you have seen these instruments before, and maybe you even have these instruments at your own house to play with. So if you're going to be in the percussion family, you don't have strings, you're not made of metal, and I certainly don't play it with wind. That doesn't make sense. The percussion family means you have to bang it or hit it or shake it. So the drum, I have to hit it on top to make a sound, all right? And it's going to echo through the drum, and the sound's going to come out here. Right? So I have to hit it. If I don't hit it, it won't make a sound. Same thing with my maraca. If I don't move it, it won't make a sound, but if I shake it, there's beads inside, and that's how it's going to make it sound, all right? So I have to use my hands. I have to hit it or shake it or scrape it to make a sound. So here's the shake. Here's the hitting. And the tambourine is also a percussion instrument. I don't play it like this. That's silly. I have to hit it, shake and right? I can make a little pattern if I want. So this is another percussion instrument. And the last one is the xylophone. All right, I'm going to open it up so you can see. All right. Now, why do you think the xylophone is a percussion instrument? Well, it doesn't have strings on it. It's not made of brass. I certainly don't have to play it with my air. And because I have this stick, I'm going to bang it. That's what makes it percussion. So in order to make the sound, I have to hit it with a stick. Right? So these are all percussion instruments. If I have to hit it or shake it, that means it's percussion. Okay, so we learned about a lot of different instruments today, and I want to know which one was your favorite. Do you like the woodwind family, where you have to blow air through it like Squidward and the clarinet? Do you like the golden instruments made out of brass metal like the trumpet? Do you like the string instruments, which you have to pluck the strings, maybe like a guitar, or use the bow like a fancy violin player? Or do you love to shake it and bang it and smack it, and you are a drum person? Do you love the drums? Is that your favorite? My favorite is the woodwind family because I play the flute. So I love to sit there and blow my wind through the flute and play beautiful melodies. That one's my favorite. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned about these instruments, what they look like, what they sound like, and what family they belong to. And can you think of other instruments that belong to these families? So besides the violin, can you think of another instrument that has strings on it? Or have you ever seen another instrument that looks golden as part of the brass family? Or maybe you have another type of instrument that you can think of that belongs to the percussion family that you have to shake or hit. Or maybe there's another instrument you've seen people play with their mouths. They have to blow air across to make the sound. Maybe something like the harmonica, which you blow across like this. Ooh. That one's woodwind because I have to blow air through it. So I hope you learned a little bit about these instruments today, and I want you to keep checking the Google Classroom website for more fun things on how to learn music at home. Thanks for watching. Bye.